early warning, and I guess we've been talking about the early warning of checking your boots before you put your shoes, your sneakers, your footwear on. I think it was just ingrained in me as a child to always check my shoes before I put them on in case there was a sneaky redback spider in there. What have you found in your boots? What have you found in your footwear? 1300 630 222 or text on 0487 993 222. Well, all this footwear talk has got me thinking of walking. I wonder if you've ever been a bit fed up and you go for a walk and it has made the world of difference. Would you describe it as meditative? The sun, the fresh air on your face perhaps, maybe rain on you if you're going for a walk at the moment. Is there a difference between going for a walk and walking meditation? Psychology consultant and author Dr. Jo Lukens is with me now. Good morning.
Good morning, Susan.
Is there a difference between going for a walk and walking meditation?
There is a difference between the two. So when we talk about walking meditation, we're really talking about, I guess it's a mindfulness or an awareness practice that we might do. And that's where you pay gentle attention to the sensations of what's happening in the moment. So you might be aware of your feet in contact with the ground, and as your foot moves over the ground, you might be aware of the movement of your body. And so it's a bit different to which can also be therapeutic, going for a walk and sorting your life out. Yeah. We can do that from time to time and, think about the next job and so forth. But what you'll often find in that environment is that you're not very aware of the walk itself. So this is really a practice that's designed to get you into the moment, take away the busyness, just be in the walking. And it's, a different focus than just getting from A to B.
How is it different to traditional seated meditation that we might think of and see in the movies where there's umming and things going on?
It's all very zen, isn't it? It's all very zen. And look, it's horses for courses. It's whatever you find helpful. That's always my go-to sentence for anything. Is this helpful for me? Some people do say that seated meditations can feel a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit restless. If you're doing that for a longer period of time, you might become more aware of the discomfort in your body than not. And some people would say, well, that's actually the point of seated meditation, is to become aware of your body and to not get too stuck on it. But I guess what the walking meditation provides, it's an alternative, and it gives us another way to ground ourselves. And that gentle movement can, make some of the focus be more accessible and less worried about the actual format of sitting for those that do it that way.
What are some of the mental health benefits linked with this kind of walking meditation?
So there's many benefits that's been shown through the research that's been conducted, and what we typically see is it's a really good practice to help reduce anxiety and depressive symptoms, because it sort of gets us up and gets us moving. So that makes sense, doesn't it, when we think about it in that way. Many people who will do walking meditation will report feeling calmer and maybe even clearer after a short practice, even though that they weren't sorting their lives out when they were doing it. And I guess what it does is you'll often find that a walking meditation is a little bit slower than our general pace. So you're normally walking a little bit slower, so there's a bit more of a rhythm to it as well. So lots of benefits for us, and it's well worth trying if someone hasn't done so yet.
And so typically when we think of meditation, it is that eyes closed and really focus on our breathing. Obviously, we're not saying walk around with your eyes closed. That's not ideal.
Yes, no, we are definitely not recommending that at this point in time.
But is there anything else that we need to be thinking about or training we need to do if we're thinking maybe this sounds like something that could be up our alley?
Yeah, the nice thing about this one is it's a very simple practice to do. You don't have to have followed a particular faith or gone to a retreat to start this, and you can do this down a hallway in your house, in your backyard, where somewhere close by. So it's really convenient as well. So the main thing is for us just to try it and be a little bit curious and a little bit brave about doing that, noticing what's happening in our bodies. And so it's just what we're trying to do is to bring our focus back to the moment. So if your head drifts and you suddenly start planning your grocery list, or you start thinking about the conversation from an hour ago, you just notice that and then go, but right now I'm walking, feeling my feet, going, if you're walking from heel to toe or whatever it might be. So there's no training needed. It's anyone who is able to walk can potentially do this if this is something they want to try.
So if somebody's thinking, I might like to try this today, what's a great way to start?
Yes. So first of all, find a safe path to walk on, so you will know for yourself what's good for your own body, and how stable you'll need the path to be, and so you won't be interrupted as well. I would normally just start by taking a breath and just noticing that I'm about to to do some walking, and then just to walk slowly and just become more mindful. I guess walking is one of those things that we often don't give a lot of thought to. So this is actually taking us right back to the basics of noticing ourselves walk. And it might be that if you're finding it tricky to keep your mind just in the moment, maybe there's a word or a phrase that you could say to yourself that, you know, is a bit of a gentle anchor, if you like, to stop your mind from drifting. But it's definitely one, if you haven't tried it, it's amazing how peaceful you can feel after you've done it, even just for a very short period of time.
Yes. And so just being gentle, having a breath and being in the moment, and making sure you're checking your shoes before you go for a walk.
Yes, because that would be a horribly mindful moment, wouldn't it, if you found a cane toad or similar in your shoe.
Make sure you check the shoes before you put them on, because you don't want to start the walking meditation with heightened nerves.
That's right. And the only other point I would add is some people, if the surrounds are safe enough for them, might choose to do it barefoot as well. So again, but that'll be a personal choice.
And
so
that might be more of a winter time thing in Queensland as
potentially.
Yes. Psychology consultant and author Dr. Jo Lukens, thank you very much for that.
Susan.
Have you found anything in your shoes before?
Me, nothing other than all the other things I think that's already been mentioned, the creepy crawlies. But I'm like you, I was indoctrinated to tap the shoe on the heel and make sure nothing sinister was going to drop out.
Yes. Oh, I'm going to go home and then I'm probably going to get a cupboard for all of my shoes after that suggestion earlier, or maybe some stockings to put on top of my shoes so that no creepy crawlies can get in.